explanations is that they introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else?
Mataji, can you make the font bigger?
Okay, let me try, Prabhuji. All right, and then, okay.
2. My dear brother, I request that you just worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction, and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious, by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hari Hari. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hari Hari without any motive. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Mata. Which number?
Third, 3.
Okay.
Third.
Hare Krishna. My dear brother, just try and examine this. Within the 3 worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and beasts cry and stones melt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Or 4th one?
I can read Prabhupada. But Lochan Das regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification, since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Then Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this moment.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful prayer. Such beautiful meaning. All right. So let's just, before getting into the discussion of Sri Caitanya Caritamrita, let's just chant the Mangalacharan prayers, because these Mangalacharan prayers are very, very important. Mangalacharan is always of 3 kinds. This particular kind which we chant in the morning before our classes or discussion, this particular kind is to ask for the gratitude for the benedictions from the previous acharyas who have given us this treasure of wonderful knowledge. So whosoever knows these wonderful prayers, please recite. You can be muted, and at the same time, wherever you are, you can recite these prayers for the auspiciousness. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovicham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swavadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shubhadi Paschatya Dechitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhuva Evacha Patita Nama Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on the glories of Sri Caitanya Caritamrita this morning. Sri Caitanya Caritamrita is the nectar of the characteristic of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself, he descended on this planet Earth again after his real manifestation, or we can say after his actual, when he descended as Supreme Person, as Sri Krishna. And after that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes for different reasons, external and internal reasons, which we already talked about in Adi Leela. But for the contextual purpose, we are going to discuss it in during today's discussion also. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, through his own personal behavior, the characteristics which a Vaishnava should be imbibing in his character. So this Caitanya Caritamrita is a wonderful work given to us by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was the disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami, and on the request of so many Vaishnava devotees in Vrindavan, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami got the inspiration to write about the characteristics, about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he collected in its notes from Swarupa Damodar Goswami's diary as well as from Murari Gupta. So many other biographies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already been published before Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has given us this wonderful Caitanya Caritamrita, Chaitanya Mangal, Chaitanya Charita, Chaitanya Bhagavad. So many editions were available for the past about the describing the biography or the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But getting encouragement from all the other Vaishnava devotees, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami again wrote this wonderful literature. And this literature, in fact, all the literature, they got lost in 1800s. And then Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he found somehow a copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita and wrote a commentary on that, which is called Amrit Prabhasya. And this Amrit Prabhasya is the basis for writing another commentary by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which we called Anubhasya. Many times when we read the introduction of the chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can see the starting, Sri Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in his Anubhasya, in the Anubhasya, this is what has been explained about this chapter. So Srila Prabhupada has taken the points from the commentary of his Gurudev, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Anubhasya, which is a commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he gave us this English translation of the commentaries of this Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is mainly a work in Bengali and Sanskrit text. And so many other references are also there from Srimad Bhagavatam, Padma Puran, which has been used in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this Chaitanya Charitamrita is a great work, and for Vaishnava, especially for Gaudiya Vaishnava practitioners, it's very important to understand the pastimes and the characteristics which has been shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are reading Madhya Leela, chapter 7, and today we are going to start with text 70. So text 70, but prior to this, what happened in this chapter, Madhya Leela 7th chapter? So the Lord Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appealed to his devotee to allow him to go for South India tour, and that too alone, to find his lost brother Vishwarup. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already knew that Vishwarup already left this planet, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave an excuse to find his brother so that he can go around in South India tour alone. And the devotees, specifically Nityananda Prabhu, volunteered to accompany the Lord, because Nityananda Prabhu, he had already been to all the pilgrimages in South India. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he just chastised lovingly all his devotees, Nityananda Prabhu, Mukunda, and Damodara, by apparently finding their faults. And then we also read that devotees, they do not care more about the social convention. They do everything just to follow their Lord, so that, and to serve their Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that way, the affectionate relationship between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates have been established in this chapter. And we have seen that already. And then Nityananda Prabhu, he recommends a Brahmana by the name Krishnadas. This is different Krishnadas, not Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who wrote this Caitanya Caritamrita. This is another Brahmana, Krishnadas. So that he requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take Krishnadas along with him on this journey. And Mahaprabhu agreed. And then Mahaprabhu, he informed about his tour, about his future, about his coming tour to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Now, this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had a great episode before this chapter. We had seen liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He was an impersonalist, Mayavadi philosopher, and he converted into a Vaishnava devotee by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Many times we feel like that only on the basis of the arguments based on the Vedanta philosophy we can change people. But actually it was the mercy of the Supreme Lord Mahaprabhu who changed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya into Vaishnava devotee. And in Ganadesh Deepika, a book in which the identities of different associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been revealed, it has been said that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is Brahaspati, who is the spiritual master of the demigods. And he has come here as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So even in Adi Leela, we have read already, right? Adi Leela chapter 10. Adi Leela chapter 10, I think in verse 300 or 300 some verse, there is mention of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as one of the branch of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it has been explained that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is a tree of love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and one of the branch is very important branch is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. It has been mentioned there. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has been counted amongst those associates who were associating with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. And out of those devotees, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the best, or we can say he is the chief one, which has been explained. It has been given in Adi Leela chapter 10, where the branches of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been explained. So the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, after getting to know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to leave for the South India tour, he got very devastated, became very agitated. And he requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to stay for some more days. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he agreed. And after 5 days, and he stayed for 5 days there. And then after 5 days, he started for the tour. He started for the tour. And he requested he requested from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya or he informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that now I am leaving. So let me take out the verse for today. As we have covered. Okay. Okay. It's 69. So we have covered till here. 69, that said, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the Bhattacharya to bless him while he engaged in the devotional service of Lord Krishna at home. While Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was performing his puja, his devotional service at home, at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to bless him. Now we have already discussed in the previous class that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, although being Grihastha, he was a Grihastha. But although he was a Grihastha, but he was a very exalted scholar. Very exalted scholar, and he had memorized all the limbs of Vedas. there are 6 limbs of Vedas, Vedanganas we call it. So there are 6 limbs, and Siksha, Shiksha, Vyakaran, Chand, Jyotish, all these are the parts of Vedas, Vedanganas. And this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he memorized almost all the limbs of Vedas. So he was that scholarly. And not only scholarly, Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was he was the leader, and he was teaching so many sannyasis already from the Mayavadi school. So although being a grihastha, his position was very, very exalted. And also, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that now he is a Vaishnava devotee. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although being the Supreme Person, Bhagavan himself, as he is showing, setting an example in front of all of us, he still asked for permission or blessing from Bhattacharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that he is going to the South Indian tour, right? And this purport has been covered in the last class. So today we will start with 17. Prabhuji, do you want to read the Bengali version?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. এত বলি মহাপ্রভু করিলা গমন মূর্ছিত হইয়া তাহা পড়িলা সার্বভৌম.
Translation: saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed on his tour, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya immediately fainted and fell to the ground. Now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he departed for the tour, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he fainted and fell to the ground. Okay, 71.
তারে উপেক্ষিয়া কইল শীঘ্র গমন কে বুঝিতে পারে মহাপ্রভুর চিত্ত মন.
Translation: although Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya fainted, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not take notice of him. Rather, he left quickly. Who can understand the mind and intention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Purport: it was naturally expected that when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya fainted and fell to the ground, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have taken care of him and waited for him to regain consciousness. But he did not do so. Rather, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately started on his tour. It is therefore very difficult to understand the activities of a transcendental person. Sometimes they may seem rather odd, but a transcendental personality remains in his position unaffected by material considerations. So, when Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he fainted, right? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he fainted, and at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not take any notice of his being fainted. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just quickly left, and if we see, even if there is a person who has certain qualities of sattva guna, mode of goodness, if anything happens, even a child, even while walking, who don't know how to walk properly, he just fall down, we always tend to save that child. So what to talk about the Supreme Lord? The Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself. So I thought, when I was reading this, I was thinking about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the one who gave the teachings to Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami, and for 10 days, for 10 days at Dashwamedh Ghat of Prayag. And Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, he wonderfully imbibed, or he wonderfully compiled the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a book which is called Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. This name we keep hearing, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Sindhu means ocean, ocean of Bhakti Rasa. That means the mellow, the juice of Bhakti. So in this work, Srila Rupa Goswami has done an excellent job in showing the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching is flowing in this literature which we call Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. And this Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Srila Prabhupada has said that is the law book for devotional service. It's a law book. Like we have Manusmriti as a law book for the human beings, for how the human being should live. So this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is the law book for the devotional service. And this book is explaining the fundamental principle, is explaining the fundamental principles up till the love of the eternal associates of the Lord, and how we can achieve it, the process. And why I'm bringing this point, I'm coming to my the actual point in connection with this verse. Why? Because in this particular book there are 4 sections, and one section is called Southern Division. And in this Southern Division there are 5 waves. Waves means ocean. In ocean there are waves, right? In ocean there are waves, and so many things have been explained. But in this particular section in Southern Division, there are 5 waves which has been explained. And the first wave is called Vibhava. Vibhava is in general term is cause. Causes for the rati, or causes for the relationship with the Lord. Cause. That's called Vibhava. So in that particular thing, it has been explained that Krishna, the Supreme Lord Krishna, he is the Vishaya. Vishaya means he is the object of love. He is the object of love. And who is experiencing this object is called Ashraya. And Ashraya are who? Ashrayas are the devotees. That means we can try to understand it with an example that devotees are just like a container. And Krishna is just like a juice in the container. So he is the object and devotees are the experiencing people or the container who are receiving that love. So in that particular subject in Vibhava, in Vishaya, how Krishna becomes the object of love, 64 qualities of Krishna has been explained. And 64 qualities of Krishna, there are 4 qualities which describe Krishna as compassionate. One is compassionate. Karunyam. This is that he is compassionate. And he is Bhakta Vatsalya, that he is the lover of his devotees. And one is that he protects his devotees. He protects his Charnagatis. So he is compassionate, he is merciful, he protects his devotees. And, and one quality is also that he is partial to his devotees out of those 64. So now, when these qualities are there in a Bhagavan Shri Krishna, so because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself, all these 64 qualities are present in him. He is Karunyam, he is very compassionate. He is partial to his devotees, and he is partial to his devotee. He is very compassionate, he is partial, and also he is a protector. He is protector. So all these qualities have been given. So how come Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just loved Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya when he was fainting like this? So the reason has been explained that there are various reasons, but the 2 reasons which I can bring out here is that first of all, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came here for a particular purpose. And this external and internal reasons have been explained in Adi Leela. And the external reasons there were 3 external reasons. What are those 3 external reasons? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to propagate the Yoga Dharma, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Yoga Dharma, Naam Sankirtan throughout town and village. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to preach this. That's the first reason. The other reason, we are talking about the external reasons. The other reason that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to give Vraja Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti to all the people of Kali Yuga. First preaching and then Raganuga Bhakti, and the third one is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advented on the call of his devotee Advaitacharya. So these were the 3 external. We just talked about the 3 external reasons. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is preaching in South India, in Jagannath Puri also, right? So at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is accomplishing his external reason, externally, but also internally, he is tasting the mood of Srimati Radharani. But here, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu know that he advented on this planet for this particular reason, to give Raganuga Braj Bhakti, to Raganuga Bhakti, or let me call it Braj Bhakti, to everybody, and also to propagate Nam Sankirtan. And for this reason, we can see that even when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present at the house of Advaita Acharya, before leaving Jagannath Puri, and his mother and everybody was there, when Nityanand Prabhu misguided him, when he was going to Vrindavan, let's just go here, and they all stationed at Advaita Acharya's house. At that time also, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just left after few days. And then there was cries, everybody was crying so much, in order to, so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu don't leave. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did leave because he is on a mission to fulfill. First thing is this. And the other thing, the second reason, there are always the reason in the pastimes of Bhagavan. One is the reason which all of us can see, very, we can all see with our eyes. But other reason, internal reasons, are some of the reasons which has been given to us by the acharyas, who in their deep meditation can see, in their samadhi can see why this happened, why this happened. So Srila Rupa Goswami, in his this Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, in his Southern division, again he is sorry, not in Southern division, in his Northern division section, he is under the topic of conjugal love. He is bringing not the specific point, but he is bringing that when we love, so there are two things. One is union and other is separation. So he mentioned, Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned that separation is also of three kinds. And he is mentioning these three kinds in relation to the gopis. But because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also here at this particular time, is acting like Krishna, when Lord Sri Krishna, he left Vrindavan. And everybody was crying. His gopis were crying, Radharani was crying, and they knew that, maybe Krishna will not come back. But Krishna left, and because he was on the mission. And similarly, we can see there is a kind of similarity when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leaving without taking notice of Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to get fainted. So there is other thing which we call separation. Separation is vipralamba. It's a Sanskrit word, vipralamba. So this separation is also of three kinds. First is Purvarag. We call it Purvarag. Purvarag is very simple. When there is anticipation to meet, and two lovers never meet with each other, but there is anticipation before actually meeting, before physically meeting with somebody. The person is in your mind and you want to meet him. Like we can see that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya before never have even saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he is not like a gopi, of course. So gopis, they used to think about Sri Krishna when they were small. Okay, I'm going to meet with Krishna someday, especially Radharani. I'm going to meet with Krishna someday. Still, she did not meet with Krishna. She's just thinking. That's called Purvarag. That separation which is happening even before the union, she has never seen. And there is another kind of separation when there is a meeting, and in this meeting there is a separation, union and separation, and there is a meeting, just like we call it a situation of mana, when gopis got angry, or they got apparent pride in Rasalila, and Krishna left them. That at that point of time there was a separation. That's called mana. So when Krishna is right there, but he is just separating for few hours, like that. And there is a third separation which is there in this particular verse. That's pravas. We call it pravas. I mean, Rupa Goswami has given this a name, pravas. Now this pravas is when there is a physical separation. After meeting, there is a physical separation. When a devotee already met with the Lord, and the Lord and he got separated from the Lord, physical proximity is there, and in that he is feeling so much separation that the other things like fainting, he's crying, and he's thinking. That's situation when Krishna left the Vrindavan for Mathura. So this situation where Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya fainted and just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left without even taking notice of him. And why Krishna or why Bhagwan, many times we have seen Bhagwan in his Leelas, in his pastime, he performed these activities. Like in this also in Caitanya Caritamrita, we have seen that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Vishnu Rupa when she was very, very young, is his wife. Many times when we narrate this story, many people might think that why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so cruel. But it's not the cruelty. Krishna is giving the reason in chapter number 33 of Canto 10th to gopis. When gopis asked Krishna, when Krishna just disappeared from Rasa Leela and then he appeared after so much moroseness of gopis, Krishna appeared and then gopis asked this question. Krishna, there are three kind of people. There are three kinds of people. One is that they never they just reciprocate when they just reciprocate when there is a reciprocation, right? And the other kind is they don't even reciprocate when there is a positive reciprocation. And the third kind is whether there is reciprocation or not reciprocation, they don't care. So what kind are you? So Krishna has given a great, detailed answer. But in crux, Krishna said, I am not, I don't belong to any of the kinds, basically. But why I give the feelings of separation to my devotees in order to intensify their desire to meet with me again, in order to intensify their love for me. And this love, this intense bliss, which a devotee is feeling even in separation, is not a material misery. It is a bliss that has been explained by Rupa Goswami also in his work in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That's love. That's a devotee feel extreme bliss. He completely immerses himself in the thoughts of the Supreme Lord. So similarly, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the physical distance to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and all his other associates in this particular Leela of touring for South India, for going to South India trip, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is acting just like Lord Sri Krishna and giving the Vipralamba Bhava or the emotion of separation from the Lord, so that the love and bliss of separation can intensify the relationship between the devotee and the Lord. So that's the reason. Text 72, Prabhu.
মহানুভবের চিত্তের স্বভাব এই হয় পুষ্প সম কোমল কঠিন বজ্রময়.
This is the nature of the mind of an uncommon personality. Sometimes it is soft like a flower, but sometimes it is as hard as a thunderbolt. Purport. The softness of a flower and the hardness of a thunderbolt are reconciled in the behavior of a great personality. The following quotation from Uttar Ramacharitra 2.7 explains this behavior. One may also consult Madhya Leela 3rd chapter, verse 212. So that Madhya Leela 3rd chapter is the same chapter which we already discussed, that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was misguided by Nityananda Prabhu and he came into the house of Advaita Acharya. At that time, his mother and all of his associates, they came there and stayed with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left everybody. So he is as soft as a flower, and also whenever there is a time, his heart can become as hard as a thunderbolt. There is not in the 64 qualities, but when the description of the form, roop of Krishna has been given, it has been given that he is very tender, huh? Very, very tender, very soft. Huh? That's why gopis, in Venu Geet, gopis, they are saying, Krishna in the forest, he is walking. So when he is walking, so the thorns, and he is walking barefoot. So he's walking, so the thorns must be, bothering him. His feet are so tender. He is so soft. So we want to put his feet on our chest, so that he gets some relief from that, from that heat, from the thorns which he is getting on the in the forest while walking. So Krishna is that soft, very soft. It has been said, even when we even gopis used to touch Krishna, there was some redness on his skin, because he's so soft, so tender. And not he is soft and tender on his skin, but also he is very delicate, very kind hearted, karunyam, right? Very compassionate for his devotees. Very, very compassionate. Although many times we feel, oh, I'm suffering so much, but Krishna is not compassionate. That's another thing, that how, we are forgetful of the Lord, and the Lord is trying so hard for us to come back. But here, the Lord is so soft. How come he becomes so hard as a thunderbolt? Huh? When he went to Mathura, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he was crying in front of Uddhava, because he was remembering his pastimes with the gopis. And not only that, in Dwarka also, Rukmani and other queens heard Krishna crying at night in his dreams, thinking about his gopis, his Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya. So he's so soft in his heart. He's so soft. So how can he become as hard as a thunderbolt? The reasons has been explained in the previous verse by Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, as we talked about already. So text 73.
Vajradopi kothorani mriduni kusumudapi lokottarang lokottarang chetangshi konu vigyano tumisharaha. Correct.
The hearts of those above common behavior are sometimes harder than a thunderbolt and sometimes softer than a flower. How can one accommodate such contradictions in great personalities? It's true. How come one accommodates such contradiction in a great personality? So the point is, when Lord, the Mahaprabhu or Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he plays these leelas, these pastimes. So it seems, the devotees, because they are fixed in their sthai bhava. What is sthai bhava? Their permanent emotional position with the Lord, emotional relationship with the Lord. They are fixed. That's why it is called sthai. That means it's permanent. They are fixed there in permanent. So their mood of devotional service does not get turned away from the Lord. You understand what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say? It's like, if we are a practicing sadhaka, and we already expect Krishna to protect us, save us. But any reversal comes into our life, we say, oh, I'm doing so many things for pleasing Krishna, and that's what I get. That's why you get. And not only us, even the relatives, friends around us, who make fun of us usually, they keep saying, oh, see what Krishna has done for you, what Krishna has given you. You are chanting since such a long time. You are preaching. You are doing so many other things, book distribution. You are doing so many things. Look what happened with you, with your life. Your life is all gone. So many times the devotees who are fixed in their position, or they are fixed up, although they are in sadhana bhakti, they are in sadhana bhakti, but they have not the full surrender, but we can say some percentage of surrender is also in there. There are 6 symptoms of surrender, right? And in 6 symptoms of surrender, there is one component, Abhashya Rakshite Krishna. That Krishna is going to protect me no matter what. So that's one of the symptoms of surrender. Sharanagati. And Sharanagati gives comes from is a byproduct of what? Shraddha. It's a byproduct of strong faith in the scriptures or later on in the devotees in Bhagavan, Krishna himself. So when a devotee has this kind of faith in the Supreme Lord, this kind of faith in the Supreme Lord, at that point of time, even Krishna gives us Vipralamba Bhav, or Krishna don't show in front of us. In that situation also, the love for the Supreme Person never changes. And the devotional service never changes, which we can see in the life of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Nityananda Prabhu, and other devotees. Yes, Prabhuji.
নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু ভট্টাচার্যে উঠাইলা, তার লোকসঙ্গে তারে ঘরে পাঠাইলা।
Lord Nityananda Prabhu raised Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and with the help of his man, saw him to his home. Yeah. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he picked up Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And we can see that Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he just raised Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and he just, put him, situated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya back at his home. So, although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it seems apparently did not care about the fainting of Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and he left for his own mission. But the Lord always sends his representatives in the life of a devotee. When a devotee is feeling separation from the Lord, when a devotee is is feeling reversals in his life. So in some way or the other, the devotees are there who picked up that morose or fainted devotee and situate them back. So all these pastimes of the Supreme Lord, they have some relevance into our own life too. So devotees, it has been said, in a Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu itself, that Krishna and Krishna's Sambandhi. That means Krishna and the relatives of the Krishna are not different. And who are the relatives of Krishna? Sambandhi Krishna. Those who have relationship with Krishna. Who have relationship with Krishna? Vaishnav devotees. They have relationship with Krishna. So they come in the life and they picked up. And Nityananda Prabhu, he raised Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and with the help of his man, saw him to his home.
ভক্তগণ শীঘ্র আসি লইল প্রভুর সাথ, বস্ত্র প্রসাদ লয়া তবে আইলা গোপীনাথ।
Yeah. And if we remember in the previous verses, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Gopinath to bring garments and vastra, means garments, and some prasadam for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that he can take that along with him in his journey to South India. Immediately all the devotees came and partook of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company. All those other devotees who were there, they came and partook of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company. Afterwards, Gopinath Acharya came with garments and prasada.
সবার সঙ্গে প্রভু তবে আলালানাথ লাইলা, নমস্কার করি তারে বহু স্তুতি কইলা।
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. All the devotees followed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to a place known as Alalanath. There, they all offered respects and various prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 77.
প্রেমাবেশে নিত্য গীত কইল কতক্ষণ, দেখিতে আইলা তাহা বৈশে যতজন।
In great ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced and chanted for some time. Indeed, all the neighbors came to see him.
চৌদিকেতে সব লোক বলে হরি হরি, প্রেমাবেশে মধ্যে নিত্য করে গৌর হরি।
All around, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is also known as Gaura Hari, People began to shout the holy name of Hari. Lord Chaitanya, immersed in his usual ecstasy of love, danced in the midst of them.
কাঞ্চন সদৃশ দেহ অরুণ বসন পুলকাশ্রু কম্প সেদ তাহাতে ভূষণ.
The body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was naturally very beautiful. It was like molten gold dressed in saffron cloth. Indeed, he was most beautiful for being ornamented with the ecstatic symptoms which caused his bodily hair to stand on end, tears to well up in his eyes, and his body to tremble and perspire all over. Now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing and he is showing all these wonderful ecstatic symptoms. Now, about these ecstatic symptoms, it has been explained. These all the ecstatic symptoms have been explained in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu in great detail in this southern division. And the southern division, we explained that there are 5 waves of the ocean. And these 5 waves are Vibhava, Anubhava, Satvik Bhava, Vebichari Bhava, and Sthai Bhava. All these have their own names, but just to give a brief and how these symptoms are arising, as I explained already, that in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, if we see, oh, this is only belong to a sadhaka who is a practitioner, not to somebody who is a following up, who is on a, who already attained prema bhakti. So in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the fundamental principles of devotional service are going up to the symptoms and ecstatic emotions of the eternal associates of Bhagavan. And we can see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also displaying these emotions. So in brief, in very short, this vibhava we explain is causes for rati. What is the definition of rasa? Rasa. Usually rasa we translate in English as juice. And juice from what? Juice from the fruit of bhakti. Juice from the fruit of bhakti. So what happens usually? There is a sthai bhava. Sthai bhava is and when we hear all these names, we think, oh, this is above our level, right? Many times, oh, no, this is something which we all should be knowing as the practitioners of Gaudiya Vaishnav or the Rupa Nugas who have given us this book, this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and why and how these symptoms arise in the body of a devotee who has already in a perfected stage, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I mean, he is displaying those symptoms. So vibhava, so rasa is actually what? There is a sthai bhava. Sthai bhava means permanent relationship. And this permanent relationship can vary from being the servant of the Lord or friend of the Lord or mother or father of the Lord or a lover of the Lord. These are the permanent relationship with the Supreme Lord. But when these permanent relationship of the Supreme Lord get added up with other ingredients, then it becomes even more tasteful. That emotion becomes more tasteful. Just like, for example, there is a pizza, right? And there is a base. There is a base, there is a sauce, there are vegetables, there are cheese. When on the top of base, we apply the sauce, we apply cheese, we apply certain vegetables, and we bake it, and then we eat it, then it gives the maximum taste, right? Similarly, what is rasa as per the book Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu? When on top of sthai bhava or the permanent relationship, there are other ingredients involved. And other ingredients are what? The other different kinds of bhavas or emotions. So one of the emotions, so one of the so anubhava is a kind of emotion when we use our intelligence, right? Like dancing. Okay, I have to dance in the kirtan. My intelligence is there. And there is another emotion, another type of emotion which we call satvik bhav. And this satvik bhav is when the emotions are coming even without using the intelligence. right? Like, there are 8 kinds of sattvic bhavs which has been given. But nonetheless, just to understand here, and this sattvic bhav is, I'm not using my intelligence. I'm not trying to dance, but still I'm dancing. I'm not trying to cry intentionally, but still my tears are falling down from my eyes without the notice of my intelligence. And my body is trembling. My body is trembling, and I started to perspire all over my body. These are called sattvic bhavas. When there are changes in the body as well as in the mental state without even the information of any intelligence. The buddhi, the intelligence is not involved. But in anubhava, the intelligence is involved. That the kirtan is going on, I have to dance, I have to do certain things, I have to move like that. So these are anubhavas. But the sattvic bhava is when I'm not using my brain at all. And other kind of bhava are called bhabichari bhava, when there are transitory emotions coming and going. Sometimes gopis, they become angry with Krishna, but this is coming and going emotion. They are not like that, they remain on their anger forever. So at this point of time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling the sattvic bhava. And that means, what is sattvic bhava? Explain it. These are the emotions which are adding up on the permanent relationship of the supreme with the Lord, and adding up as, without intelligence, he is getting more overwhelmed with the love of Krishna, with the object of Krishna, or with the Vishaya of Krishna. We already spoken about it. So when this happened, and the sattvic bhavs happened, then without any intelligence, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just crying, perspiring, trembling. His body is trembling, and there are 8 forms, 8 types like that. And here Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing those symptoms. He is unaware about his surroundings. And he is obviously is Bhagwan, but he is showing how the even many times we can see these bhavas touch the heart of practitioner also. Practicing devotees. When we are very, very sad, we started crying in the kirtan. But again, there is the behind. And the reason behind crying is that I'm sad for something else, maybe not for the love of Godhead. Or maybe even if I love for Krishna, but that is just a reflection of that emotion. That's not the sthayi bhava, because I am not permanently right now situated in my permanent relationship with the Lord. So that has also been explained in that book. I think that's a wonderful work. We all should be reading it. So that's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing, that bhakti rasa, that rasa of sthayi bhava at this point of time. Okay, maybe yes, Prabhuji, this maybe we can take last. Yeah.
দেখিয়া লোকের মনে হইল চমৎকার, যত লোক আইসে কেহ না যায় ঘর।
Everyone present was astonished to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing and his bodily transformations. Whosoever came did not want to return home. So we saw that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his bodily transformation is happening, and the reason for this has already been explained. And as I said, that Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the real teacher is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, who gave teachings to Sri Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami has combined all those teachings in this literature, in this wonderful literature. And with this, I'm going to stop here. And thank you so much for joining this morning. If there is anything you like, it's because of my Guru Maharaj, teachings of my Gurudev, senior Vaishnavas, as well as from Srila Prabhupada and previous Acharyas. And I must have made many mistakes in my presentations. So please forgive me for that, and please bless me so that I may continue on my path of devotional service. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. If there is any questions or anything, we can take it now. If not, Then Hare Krishna to all of you. Okay. All right. Let's just chant Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice class.
Thank you so much, Kishori Mataji, for joining. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Chaitanya Caritamrita ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for